President Trump vowing to be very tough on Vladimir Putin if diplomacy fails, as the White House invites the Russian president to make an official visit this fall.
Getting along with President Putin, getting along with Russia is a positive, not a negative.
Right.
Now, with that being said, if that doesn't work out, I'll be the worst enemy he's ever had. The worst he's ever had.
Kevin Corke, who's one of our best friends, is on the North Lawn with that part of the story. Kevin?
Always great to be with you, my friend. Go Colorado. By the way, if you missed all the news yesterday, I'm sure you heard a great deal about it. Speaking to the folks at home, just know this, from the White House's perspective, this is not a do-over or a redux as much as this is a continuation of an important conversation. The president making those commitments during the summit in Helsinki, and he'd like to see them play out actually right here in Washington beginning this fall. Let me take you to Twitter and show you what Sarah Sanders had to say about it yesterday. That really sent us scrambling, John. In the afternoon, she said in Helsinki, the president agreed to ongoing working-level dialogue between the two Security Council staffs. Then she said this, the president asked Ambassador Bolton to invite President Putin to Washington in the fall, and those discussions are already underway. Now, that announcement underscores the administration's push to engage Moscow in a way that could lead to better relations. But the president, as you pointed out, John, said yesterday, that doesn't mean that this administration will be soft on Russia.
Look at the sanctions I've put on. Look at the diplomats I threw out. Look at all of the things that I've done. Nobody else did what I've done. Obama didn't do it. Obama was a patsy for Russia. He was a total patsy. Look at the statement he made where he thought the mics were turned off, okay? The stupid statement he made. Nobody does a big deal about that.
President once again being animated about some things that have happened in the recent past. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who clearly would take the lead on any new talks, described the president's thinking this way.
He's trying to take opportunities, places where we find we can work together, and put America in a position to do the things he wants to do on behalf of the American people.
And that's the idea here at the White House. They want the president to continue to advance our agenda by engaging Moscow when and where we can, John.
So the director of national intelligence had an interesting reaction to the news yesterday about this Vladimir Putin invitation to Washington. What is the White House saying about that?
Yeah, interesting indeed. He was actually over in Colorado. And look, the White House will tell you, they weren't exactly thrilled by the reaction, but they certainly understand because when you think about it, John, he's got a portfolio. Ambassador Bolton has a portfolio. He can't be expected to know what everyone is doing across the senior leadership. But I want to share for the folks at home his reaction to being told about what Sarah Sanders had to say on Twitter. Watch here.
The White House has announced on Twitter that Vladimir Putin is coming to the White House in the fall.
Say that again? That's going to be special.
Okay, a couple of ways you can look at that. A little levity at a conference or a damning indictment of the information flow within the administration, or maybe somewhere in between. But White House officials tell us, don't make more out of this than we are.